Let's start with Taylor Swift, who has released her new album overnight. She is currently here in the UK, and we'll see her on the Graham Norton show tonight. But before that, she's also sat down with Radio 1's Greg James. Well, Greg is here now along with our resident Swifties, Lucie Cave and Dr Amir. I mean, that's an invite. That's official.
That was an invitation. Yeah. I mean, I've said yes.
Obviously, yeah.
Certainly. I mean, I'll wait for the actual invitation.
Well, she sort of just spoke as if you already knew. You know, it was all very casual, wasn't it?
I thought, because I sort of half missed it in the chat and went, oh, hang on a second, did you just say... She's so fun to interview. It's a real pleasure to do it.
You've done it a few times now. You've sat down with her. And there is something kind of really quite magical about her. You sense she's in the building before you see her.
Yeah, well, I've interviewed her for... Well, I think the first one I did was maybe about 2013 or something. And it's just been nice to chart her rise, really, but she hasn't done many interviews recently. She's now back and sort of doing loads of stuff at the minute. But it's just been nice to just catch up, really, because when all the circus is, you know, out of the room and everything else, it's just a really great, fun, smart person that is just a laugh.
And you're a genuine fan.
Yeah, of course.
You see that?
I mean, look.
Well, I was going to say, this is official merchandise, isn't it?
I thought it'd be right on album day to wear the official, the official cardigan.
No one can get their hands on this cardigan. This is like completely sold out, Greg.
I know people.
Like one. Yes,
I know people.
You do. You know her.
Well, actually, this was #gifted. I should declare that.
Just to make it
but no,
clear.
it was really fun. It's a real privilege to do that job, to do the breakfast show. You get these people coming in. And if they want, it felt like she wanted to be there, which is nice. Obviously, she's got an album to promote, but it was nice to actually just catch up and talk about the wedding and Travis.
You generally get to know them weirdly, don't you? You know, you're part of their life just for those little moments. I mean, it is extraordinary. The album, of course, now everyone's talking about it, Lucy. And she was in this building yesterday.
She was. You can feel her presence. She was in this very building. So this is where the Graham Norton show is recorded. She was here. Fans who watched it said she was really open. I mean, she was flashing her engagement ring. She was really open about talking about Travis like she was with you. I think that's what I love about her as well, because some stars at that level are just like... You're told, no, don't mention this, don't mention that. But she was really open. She gave him some sourdough. She gave you some sourdough, didn't she?
There's a lot of sourdough going around. Sourdough's delicious. It's lemon and blueberry sourdough.
Really?
This morning, delicious.
She's got an obsession with it. So
she
gifted some of that to Graham Norton. And she also talked about her album as well. And she sampled George Michael's track, Father Figure.
She can just make anything work,
I know.
I think she is. Like I say, there's something quite magical.
Even I'm Too Sexy, which she also sampled, and look what you made me do. that's right, said Fred. That's one extreme to the other.
Absolutely. Are you excited about the new album?
Of course I am. I'm a huge Swiftie. I went to see the Eras tour twice last year, which was incredible. Got my bracelets ready. I'm ready for this Taylor Swift era now. I'm ready for the next era. I like the homemaking era.
It was interesting her saying there about, you know, she was kind of slightly worried. Will the music dry up now that I'm happy? You know, it's so strange, but clearly it hasn't. And
no, definitely
she's
not.
in a different place now.
I think as Lucy, backstage, Lucy was like, did you ever the journalist? She said, did she say anything's off limits? I was like, no. You get to that level, and I think she genuinely is happy. And she was like, ask me anything. Just, I can answer any question. But yeah, I think when you are at that level, you just you can just be yourself, and it's amazing. But the thing is about her is she really means it. When she does an album, when she comes in and does an interview or a tour, or the Eras tour she's talked about, she really means that stuff. She's not, she's doing it all properly and just sort of loves being in front of the fans and loves being a pop star.
Yeah. She was born to do it, wasn't she? Thank you very much, you two. You're coming back later, aren't you?
I am, yes.
We're going to have more chats.
We are, yeah. With flu cases on the rise, I'm talking about what people can do to protect themselves.
Of course.
I'm not. I'm talking about Saran Jones and Jodie Whittaker's new drama.
Excellent. I like all of the above. Well? No, you're allowed to stay, because we're going to be talking about your book. Now, yes, you are, absolutely, because... he wakes up the nation, doesn't he? Radio 1 for nearly 2 decades.
Well, not 2 decades on the breakfast show, but I have been there a while.
Yes, exactly. But he is sharing some of his favourite stories and life lessons in his new book. All the best for the future, growing up without growing old. And this is, it's a memoir, Greg, which in itself sounds like a very grown-up thing to do, a very grown-up process. However, this is not about getting older. It's almost about growing into yourself, maybe being a little bit more wiser.
Yes.
But still allowing yourself to be the kid inside.
Definitely, exactly that. So yeah, it's memoir-ish. I mean, I don't think I'm interesting enough to do a full autobiography, but what I have, all the things I've learned over the last 39 years of my life, I wanted to maybe share some wisdom, but also mainly as a reminder to do those passions that you did when you were a kid, because they're really important. And loads of people watching will be so busy with work and kids and bills and, you know, just the stresses of adult life. But we all forget sometimes to prioritise having a nice time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have, you don't have to make all your hobbies into a job like I have, and I've ruined all my hobbies. But you should do those things that you loved, whether it was singing or doing a dance class or just learning a language or a skill or sewing or whatever it is that you do. Making sure you have time for that sort of stuff is, I think, really, really important, because that's your life. I think there's a lot of, when you're growing up, you're told, you know, just keep going, keep working, and you know, and then you retire, and then you can enjoy your life.
That's it.
But that might not happen. You might not get to that point. You've got to enjoy all the stuff that's happening now, because this is it.
It is.
We're live.
We are.
Yeah.
That's it. And it does allow you to live in the moment.
Yes.
when you think about that, and you live your life in a live world.
Well, I guess that's it. I think my job gives me a great vantage point, and I feel very lucky to do my job, because I am encouraged to find the fun every morning. And I think I'm well qualified to tell people that you can do fun stuff while you're a grown-up, and hopefully can nudge people in that way. But also, I've sort of written loads of stuff about just things that people don't maybe not know about me. Some things from my childhood, the moments where you're feeling really sad, but you have to go and do your job, and I hopefully people will take stuff out of it. The wedding thing is interesting, because I've written a chapter in there called "I Don't Want to Go to Your Wedding in Greece." And it's a whole takedown of destination weddings if you've got nothing to do with the place that you're making us all go on holiday to. I just want to say that I am going to make an exception for Taylor. Okay, so I've changed my mind overnight, and I disagree with myself.
Renaming the chapter for the follow-up. Yes,
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, you'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. You did want to be a spy at one point.
I think everyone...
I mean, how it could
Christine,
be very different, Greg.
Tell me that you haven't thought that you would actually make a good spy.
I'd be an excellent spy.
Exactly.
Excellent.
You would be a great spy.
Very observant.
Yeah,
Don't miss much, as my husband says.
I think so. I think Frank would be a great spy.
No, I wouldn't.
I think he'd be good. Maybe he'd be good. I think he'd be a good getaway driver as well. I think I was just indulging in all the things that I thought I could be when I was a kid. So the book starts with me, age 10, meeting the Chuckle Brothers. And they wrote an autograph to me that said, "All the best for the future." And that's what the title of the book is. And then I sort of imagine what being a grown-up is and what it becomes. And then at the end of the book, I go and meet Paul for the first time in 30 years and see how his life has gone. And I tell him about his impact on my life. And I saw a funny person as a grown-up doing silly stuff on TV and thought, maybe I could do that. So I want it to be a funny book, but a sweet book at times, and have some sort of interesting message at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Did you think you would be at Radio 1 doing the breakfast show?
No.
And certainly for this long
No.
as well, Greg. It has become such a part of your life and all of us as listeners.
Yeah, well, I love it so much. I get to do this job that I hoped might happen. I thought there was a chance, because I've been obsessed with radio since I was a kid, and that was a passion that I indulged in when I was about 13 or 14. And I was embarrassed about it, actually, because you're embarrassed as a teenager about everything. Everything you're passionate about, you're kind of embarrassed
Including
by.
your real name, Greg.
Right, exactly, all of it. But all of it was a sort of, oh, you can't do this, and you can't love anything, and you're not supposed to like geeky things and stuff. But I've loved doing the breakfast show, and I didn't think I'd still be doing it 7 years on. But I still love it, and I get excited by new pop stars and the returning pop stars like Taylor Swift. And the name thing is really fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is your name, and you chose. You're happy to talk about your name. Your family name is Millward.
But it happened. It was funny how it happened at student radio. A guy called Big Dave, who was in charge of the station, he gave me a little form to fill out and said, "Put your DJ name, what show do you want to do, and then what's the music you want to play, that kind of thing." And he went, "Yeah, maybe we can change that name a little bit." And so my middle name is James. So I was like, well, let's just do Greg James then, because it felt like a Radio 1 name.
Yeah.
And I haven't not talked about it for there's no particular reason, but I thought I'm going to write a chapter about it. And the chapter is called The Death of Greg Millward. I was killed off aged 18. And I've been I've been acting this role for the previous sort of 20 years. But it is quite fun to do that, and that shows how much of a Radio 1 nerd I was, because I wanted my name to fit in with Scott Mills, Chris Moyles, Sarah Cox.
It worked. Great.
It worked,
and it stuck, and it's still sticking in all the best places.
It's a great blag. Great blag.
So good to see you, Greg. Honestly, I have to watch the entire interview now with Taylor as well, obviously.
Yes.
But your book, all the best for the future, growing up without growing old, thanks to the Chuckle Brothers for the title. Yeah, it's great to see you, Greg. Thanks so much
for having me.
Thank you. Hi there. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel, where we upload new videos every single day. You can click here if you're interested in this video, or head to the homepage for some more amazing content.